Week 8. This week I'm trying to be a little bit more intentional with how I approach my training. Now today's already Wednesday. On Monday I ended up meeting up with a couple of old friends from high school and we decided to go for a long run together. Today's Monday and I am actually currently on my way to go meet up with a couple buddies and we're gonna go for like an hour-long run. Looks like Travis just pulled up. Here we go. Didn't really get much footage of that because I just wanted to kind of enjoy the run with my friends, get a catch up with them. So we ended up clocking about 6 miles. And both my friends have been doing a lot of run training recently, so I had some concerns with how I was gonna be able to keep up with them. But luckily we ended up just going at a super slow pace. One of my friends is potentially playing around with the idea of running a 100-mile ultra marathon, and he's in great shape right now. And then my other buddy, he just completed a half marathon and he's already signed up for like 1 or 2 more full length marathons end of this year or early next year. Nevertheless, the run was awesome. I had a ton of fun and it was great just being able to catch up with old high school friends. But the last couple of weeks have been a mix of momentum, setbacks, travel, and just trying to get back into routine. But I really wanted to go into this week seeing if anything actually changes when I stick to the program. And what was interesting was when I did that run on Monday with my friends, I ended up feeling really good for the whole 6 miles. Aside from the very end, maybe the last mile and a half, I started to get a little bit of tightness in my right LCL. And yesterday, Tuesday, I was actually a little sore, but not too bad. But I ended up taking the day off because I just wanted to spend a little bit more time with my wife yesterday evening and just try and catch up and relax a little bit, especially before diving into the rest of this week. But right now, I really want to focus on seeing what consistency looks like when life isn't throwing a bunch of curveballs my direction. So this week my goal is to refocus on dialing in the basics, getting my runs done early in the day, keeping my bike sessions controlled, and making sure I'm not skipping recovery just because I feel good. In the next 2 weeks, I want to see what steady, predictable training can do for me. So a lot of my workouts this week are pretty similar to the previous weeks, but with one caveat there, and that is my bike session for tomorrow. So I got it pulled up here. It's going to be 60 minutes of 6 interval FTP. So if you don't know, FTP is functional threshold power, which are workouts designed to increase your sustainable power output. And that tells me I'm just gonna have to put in a ton of work because I know that my average watts when I'm on the bike is pretty low, and some of my watts here that I have set up for my workout are quite high. At least they seem high to me. So we'll see how it goes. And if there's anything else you guys wanna know, drop a comment down below. All right. It's time to get into this week. Okay, it's Wednesday evening and I'm getting ready to hop on the bike. I just got back from visiting some family in the hospital and the car ride back made me so sleepy. I had the heat just blasting. And as soon as we got back home and we walked through the door, I felt like lying down and just taking a nap. But right now what I'm doing, I just kind of wanted to show you guys. I have my phone here and what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna kind of show you what I'm doing in Training Peaks with my coach, which I'm actually gonna bring that up later. But I wanna show you guys how I put my workout into my Garmin watch. So as you can see here, I've got the workout details. Starts with a warm up and then kind of a ramp up session. And then after that, there's a 5-minute recovery. And then I have a repeat going from hard, harder, and easy. These are all zone 1 through 3, it looks like. So it shouldn't be too difficult, but I think what's gonna be difficult for me is to actually maintain some of these wattage zones, but we'll see. So anyways, I kind of started already. We've got some of my ramp ups here. What I'm gonna do now is I started adding a repeat here, but I need to add a recovery. Then I'm gonna set the duration for 5 minutes, I believe it said. I'm just gonna put no target there because during my recovery sessions, I don't like having my watch beep at me. And then I'm actually gonna drag this up here. Then I have my 6 times. I'm gonna do 3 minutes at zone 2. So this one, tap into that. Go 3 minutes here, done. Target type, power zones. We're gonna do zone 3. And my Garmin's actually set a little bit differently in terms of my wattage compared to what my Training Peak says. Okay, so that's looking pretty good so far, but there are some extra notes here that I want to take note of. So my coach has specific watt numbers, so I'm actually going to put those in the notes of each of my steps. So this was 81 to 117. 144, 189. Save that, bike workout FTP. Make sure it transfers to my watch once it is done syncing, and then manually sync my watch. So that's pretty much it. Now this workout is gonna be sent to my watch and I'll have it ready to go and hop on my bike. The only concern that I have right now with training on the bike and really training in terms of watts is that I'm not sure how accurate that trainer is. I know I calibrated it when I first set it up, so I'll actually probably recalibrate it tonight right before I hop on. It's an old road tire, so I don't know how well it's actually making contact with the flywheel that's on the trainer. So all that to say, I'm not entirely sure how accurate this workout will be, but I'm gonna try and stick to the numbers as best as I can. Most importantly, just have fun with it. So let's go.
We back, hey, we back, hey, okay, they thought that we fell off. Nah, partner, we back like my back against the wall. 2018, nobody there. Okay, back like I'm born for it. Back like I never left. Okay, we back, hey, we back, hey, okay, they thought that we fell off. Nah, partner, we back, hey, okay, we back, hey, we back, hey, okay, they thought that we fell off. Nah, partner, we back, hey.
Okay, just finished up the bike session, clocked an hour in for tonight. I have no idea how well I did in terms of following tonight's workout, so I'm gonna go shower and then hop into the stats and see how well I did. Even though I was feeling pretty reluctant about tonight's workout, I feel really good right now. Yeah, just glad I did it. Got it done. All right, time to shower.
It is Thursday morning. Once I finish up some work, or at least get to a good spot that I can kind of take a break, I have a swim today. So today's pool session is actually just like last week's session. Last week when I was looking at this workout, I was a little bit hesitant because I felt like it was gonna be a lot harder. It ended up being really, really good. It was a great session. Last week, my pacing was actually pretty decent. I was at a 2:15 per 100 yard pacing, which for me, that's pretty great. I'm super stoked about that. So it's really cool to see where I was at the beginning to where I am now. In the beginning, when I was doing outdoor swims, my pacing was roughly, I wanna say it was around 256, maybe 253. But seeing as how now that I'm doing these structured workouts in the pool, my pacing has improved quite a bit, which is really awesome. I would love to see myself get closer to that 2-minute mark. If I could eventually get under 2 minutes, that would be amazing, especially since at the beginning of this whole training phase, I knew going into it, the swim is gonna be my worst segment when it comes to race day, but at this pace, I think I might actually be okay, which is really exciting. Now I just gotta get the legs to start working when it comes to the bike and the run and get them stronger. But I'm starting my morning. I had some eggs and then also sticking with this instant hydration. So far, it's been a game changer for me. Still zero headaches. I don't feel gross taking it. Like I said in a previous video, it has a higher quality sodium, which I think it comes from French gray salt. I don't know exactly what that means, but if you're looking for a different hydration solution or just a different electrolyte drink, I would highly recommend checking this out. I do have an affiliate link down in the description, so by all means check it out. So far, I've really been enjoying it. Let me know if you get it. I would be really curious to know what you guys think of it. Anyways, I have to go get some work done. We are currently at the park, as you can see. Now, oh, you all right, dude? Now we're picking up pine cones and throwing them down the hill, or just taking them home as consolation prizes. I'm not sure which yet. Which one is it, dude? I'm guessing consolation prizes. Came to play, but little man's trying to get in a workout here. It is 7:30. Today's plans kind of got shifted around a bit because I didn't realize that we had some guests coming over. So I ended up taking over parent duties while Paris did a bunch of cleaning around the house right before the guests arrived. I didn't get to do my swim during the day. It's kind of par for the course for me, so that's okay. Nevertheless, I am still gonna do whatever it takes to make this pool session happen. And you probably can't see me right now because it's so dark out,
but headed to the pool.
All right, like I said, I've got the same exact workout this week for my pool session as last week. So I've got 6 rounds of a couple different laps. So I'm gonna go get into it. Ooh, foggy.
Everybody with it, eyes super heavy, I'm moving steady right through the city, lift it. My foot up on the gas, get a better way, watch you on the Michelin. Ties tied away, better ride that or you swimming with the fishes. Try not to get offended, my spaceship is coming, my base steady rumbling. I'm facing my drugs, so I space and my problems is coming together. I'm pacing my steps and it's so crazy. Our patience and time at work, yo, is a fact, I'm true to this shit. You could tell by the rap, I'm truly gifted. Look, no lie, I'm high, perp smoke all in my eyes. I could barely see you through the shade, who shade on my shine. You focus on my step, you moving back.
Started out really strong on that one, I feel like, then it just got tough. But we did it. Time to go home, refuel, hang out with the wife, and then get some rest. Disgusting. It is Friday morning and I've got one more workout to finish out this week. I've got my long aerobic run. I think it's about 45 minutes. You know what? Let me check. Yep, 45 minutes, all aerobic. And for my long aerobic run, I'm actually really curious to see how I'm gonna do. Because like I was saying earlier, on Monday, I ended up going on a run with a couple of old friends. And we ended up clocking about 6 miles at about, I wanna say it was like a 9:30 pace, which I felt really good compared to a lot of my other long runs. So today I'm curious to see how that's gonna go. Even though typically my long runs are on Friday, I think one of the contributing factors to me feeling so good on my Monday run with my friends was because I didn't have a week's worth of load and effort on my body leading up to that run. That's just my hypothesis. Who knows if I'm right or wrong? And I've been kind of thinking about it. I think I might need to start waking up earlier and completing my workouts before I start my day. That way I don't have to scramble to get them in. It's hard for me to become an early riser, so I don't know, we'll see. I might try it, but I'm gonna finish my coffee, get to work, and then get in my long run. Mornings on the lake are super cool because there's always a bunch of geese taking off from the water, and I love that sound. Just hearing the sound of their wings flap against the surface of the water. They're not doing it right now, but they were. All right, normally I'm a lot more layered up for weather like this. It's currently 45 degrees out. It is definitely cold, feels cold to me, but I ended up going with a little bit of a lighter set today just to see how my body feels with less layers. I got my gloves nonetheless, and it's time to get this aerobic run done. All right, let's go. Mile 1, 10:24 pace. Feeling pretty good so far. Mile 2, 10:59 pace. Mile 3, 11:25 pace, and I'm about 33 minutes in total. So definitely slowed it down the last mile, but still feeling really good. Especially at this point in the run, usually I feel pretty beat down and worn, but that's probably because I got a good night's sleep last night and I missed a workout so far this week. So the legs are a little bit more fresh. Mile 4, 11:32 pace, and I'm about 44 minutes in. Whew. That is a wrap on week 8. And as I stated earlier, if there's anything you guys want to see in these videos, let me know. If it's something a little bit different than just the typical chronological order of my week, or if you want to see more stat-based videos, you let me know in the comments down below. Also, as you can see, Christmas is right around the corner. I kind of started to go into some detail about how my progress has changed from when I first started training to how it is now. But I think that's something I want to start including more in these videos, is how my body's actually adapting and giving you guys the actual statistic-based evidence on that. Again, let me know what you guys want to see. I'd love to hear it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. God bless.